Hey, what's going on? It's Matt. I am out on the California Delta. You know what? Like, I have technically 3 hours to fish. It's the middle of the day. Wanted to get out. I haven't been out in a long time. I'm having trouble getting out just because life's getting in the way. It's all good. But I launched out of Paradise Point. Hopefully I can get on some fish and make this entertaining. Yeehaw. So I do have a feeling that today is going to be a very difficult day to catch a fish for me. A couple of reasons. I've only got like really 2.5 hours to fish. Two of the boaters that I ran into said they both got skunked. And the Delta has kicked the shit out of me this year. And some of that's my fault because of the times that I was fishing, but you know, I've got a lot of stuff on my plate right now. I know everybody else does too, but really haven't been able to dedicate time to fishing this year. And I got frustrated at a point and I was like, you know what, this isn't going to be my year. So ideally today, I would like to at least catch 2 fish. The tide, like I said earlier, is coming in and it is a super high tide. We are at a super low tide right now. Hopefully the traction and the movement in the water will activate these fish and I'll get a couple of decent bites. If not, then I made a mistake coming here. Got to keep that PMA, right? Kind of hard when you don't catch anything. Water's still super clear, which is nice, I guess. But I'm just going to switch to a drop shot. I'm not even going to kid myself. And hopefully catch a fish on a drop shot. You know, not the funnest way to catch fish, but just to get the skunk out of the boat, maybe figure him out. That's a fish. Look at that. I'll take little guys when it's this short a time. I'm not skunked. Massive fish. Now, I'm going to say something. I'm going to backflip this guy into the water. There's always someone that comments that's mistreating the fish. So, I'm going to tell you something real quickly. The state of California and this whole area, they have no concern for our wildlife. And this is going to be a little bit of a rant. They spray Roundup, real Roundup, all over the place. They try to kill all this vegetation, which ends up actually giving chemical burns to the fish. Now look, I don't mistreat fish, tossing them back over and having them do backflips into the water. You don't do that with the big girls. The little guys can handle it. You know, candidly, you know, there's always some jackwagon that comments. So before you comment, just realize that our own state just really trying to destroy this habitat that they created. This is all man-made. And it just speaks to the stupidity of this state. That's it. I'm done. I'm not skunked. I think, you know, regarding to what I just said about the spraying and everything like that, I think that the majority of us who fish the California Delta are extremely frustrated with our government and, you know, Department of Fish and Game and how they're handling this stuff. It a lot has to do with the water struggle, I will say, that we have with Southern California and our idiotic governor. And I'll be vocal about it. You know, I'm not from here, And I supposedly lived in the dumbest state in the Union for at least 10 years of my life, and that's Florida. I'm gonna tell you something. Florida, as a government, has their shit together a hell of a lot more than this place does. This is just a really poorly run state, and you know, there's parts of this state that are absolutely gorgeous, and this happens to be one of them when it's not littered with boats. And there are huge fish in here, but you ask anybody who's fished the Delta over the last, I don't know, 20 years, and they will tell you the quality of fish and the health of the fish has consistently just gone downhill. And it's because the way that the government and Fish and Game treat this stuff. Now, spraying Roundup into stagnant water, from what I understand, is extremely unhealthy. You would think they would be smarter to not do that stuff, but they're poisoning us too, because I only fish out of this place. But there's people that swim in here. There's people that go wakeboarding in here. And you know, I fall into the Delta. Oh, that's a fish. Here's a little bit better one too. They're getting a little bigger. But when I fall into the Delta, I feel like I need a freaking shot when I'm done. Okay, he's bigger than the last one. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, so you know, that fish got me because he ate the hook funny. He couldn't get it out of his mouth for a quick minute. There's not another one, is there? So what I'm saying is, now that I have this cut on my hand, I'll use this as an example. If my hand gets wet and in this water, I feel like I have to get like a tetanus shot. You know, like, this water isn't clean. It's called the Dirty Delta for a reason. And you know, the clarity might be clean at certain points, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to end this little kind of bitching about the state and how they handle this fishery. They're killing it, and they're doing it intentionally, and they're doing it for political reasons. This is just my opinion, and that's that. Now we can resume fishing, right? Catch more small fish. Hey, but I got 2 fish, man. Fish. A little fish. A very, very little fish. Yeah! That's so funny. Here you go, little buddy. You got a long way to go. Long way to grow. Hey, I caught 3 fish in less than 2 hours. Another one. That's a better fish. It must be stacked right here. Nice. I'll take this all day. I'll take these guys. That's the best fish I've caught all day. Well, that's maybe a pound. I'll take it. Fish, little guy, as I would expected. I have got a couple more casts and then I got a split. But sadly enough, this is the best day that the Delta has treated me in the time frame. No size, really small fish. Like, some fish I've never even seen that size before. But hey, you know, I got out for a couple hours and I fished, and that was really what today was all about. And you know what? The best thing about it is I'm going to go home, I'm going to pick my daughter up, and I'm going to go fishing with her for bluegill, which, by the way, I am effing horrible at. Leave a comment down below if you have any tips for bluegill fishing. We're using live bait, we're using worms, but I, for the life of me, boy, cannot hook one for her. And she can't hook one, and she's getting frustrated. And she's been fishing a couple of times, and she's a good sport. She's 4 years old. She loves to do it, but I want her to catch a fish. I really do. In fact, if it happened today, that would make my year so much better. I caught one little tiny bluegill with my daughter. That would make my fishing year a complete and total success. So that's going to be it for today. I was out here for 2 hours almost exactly. My timer and my phone's getting ready to go off. I'm going to go home, relax, fish with my daughter. And hey, thanks for watching these things. I'm going to hit you with a bunch of videos probably before the end of the month. They're not going to be all fishing videos, but you know, I've got some stuff coming in. One thing is really Halloween endemic, and I want to get the video out so people can actually purchase it if they're interested in it. Thanks for watching these things. Don't forget to comment if you know what kind of stuff I should be using to catch bluegill with my daughter. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.